Hey, Coach Kevin here. Kevin Lawrence, known by lots of different names, but those are the core things people call me. Coach Kevin, Coach K, whatever. Hope you're having a great week. I want to share a few cool things with you this week. First of all, if you haven't seen it, as was in the newsletter next week, and it's also below in today's newsletter, is the Jim Collins amazing event that we're inviting you to be a part of at the end of June, June 30th to be precise. It will be awesome hearing from the master who's done the research about creating enduring great companies. And really excited about that. We've done lots of events with him, and he's the master and the source material for a lot of the work that we do to continue to build companies. So check that out if you haven't. There's some special pricing for you, and if you have groups of 10 or more, also even better pricing. If you have 50 or more, reach out, let us know, we can talk. Second thing I want to share with you today is the thing about the energy of great communities. So as we're going through these challenging times, some communities become tighter and some become less tight or fragmented. But what are the communities that you're finding where you're getting the best energy? Because as leaders and entrepreneurs, following the energy that helps you to be your best is absolutely key. So I've heard some people that are saying that they've got groups that they're part of or people they spend time with, and that they're finding that it's not working for them anymore. Now, whether it's personally or in business, in your Oxygen Mask First, we call these people 14X advisors. It's in a chapter called Quadruple Your IQ. But these are the 14Xers, the people who have been there, done that 14 times before you. But we talk about these advisors, and it's not just their experience, but it's the fit and how you feel working with them and how the results you get working with them. You can have the smartest person on the planet, but if they create friction or they send you the wrong direction, they're probably not the best advisor, or it could be friend. So think about the people you work most with. And if you were to choose a couple of people that would be the people that you want to be advising and helping you going forward, kind of building that community you want, who would those people be? And in what area of your work or your life or in terms of yourself do you feel you need this extra person or people to help you to be at your best? So a community that pulls you ahead and a community that you feel good contributing to as well, obviously. But sometimes that's the easy part. Getting the ones that really help you is what I find really important. And I'm being conscious about people I spend time with more than ever because, sometimes get a little tired. It gets a little bit insane. And as I mentioned last time, looking forward to a break this summer. Also in the newsletter this week, you'll see a podcast I'm doing with my friend Brad over in Australia. You'll see that. And you'll also see a blog or an article that I wrote about positive programming. And in reality, most of what we believe has been burnt into or programmed into our brains. It's all generally learned. And sometimes we have programming that takes us in the direction we want, and sometimes it doesn't. So how do you actually make sure that you're consciously programming yourself and the people around you with the thoughts that you want? Usually it's through repetition and emotional connection to thoughts or beliefs that make it really strong. But if you believe, for example, that you're going to continue to do well no matter what the economy does, that creates certain neural pathways in your brains and for your team. And if you believe that this is the end of the world as we know it, although that's a wonderful song or wonderful lyrics, it'll also burn different neural pathways and take you a different direction. So what is the positive programming? And people do it through prayer and visualization and affirmation. It's just programming your mind. But how are you doing that for yourself? But then for your people, how are you creating the right positive programming or the right mental models for them to be able to see what they want to move towards? Because the way we're wired is the more we see and have things in our mind and are emotionally connected to it, the more likely it feels real and eventually usually becomes real. And that's both with the idea of illness and wellness, or succeeding or failing, or rising, falling, whatever it happens to be. So what are the messages you're putting out as a leader to create the right positive programming or positive anchoring to take you and your team to where they need to go? And sometimes you need to build a bridge or leave a bunch of breadcrumbs in these times when it's a little extra special to help paint that picture. And if you haven't taken that time yourself to be really clear on what that should be or could be, sometimes we don't leave the best trail. And as leaders, our job is to lead people. And we lead them with thoughts and visions and plans and things that focus their energy on certain things. And so, in many ways, your vision, your values, your purpose, and your BHAG are ways to create that longer term and your 3 to 5 year goals and your quarterly goals. So, and if you need help with any of that stuff, obviously we've got a great team here that can help with those things. But, positive programming, what are you doing to create the right visions, long term and even short term, both in terms of the goals and even the psychological environment and what you're saying and what people are talking about and what you're celebrating. Anyways, have an awesome week. If you need any assistance, reach out. We're here to help. All the best.